They call it the sex cruise. They say the hallways are filled with upside-down pineapples. They say the ice cream shop is named Lick Me Till Ice Cream. And yeah, the rumors are loud. Most people think Virgin Voyages is just a floating swingers club. They think you can't walk down a corridor without seeing something you can't unsee. But is that actually true? Or is it just brilliant marketing? We investigated the adults-only reality of Virgin Voyages. And honestly, we found the truth is more complicated. The swingers are there, but the real secret isn't what happens in the bedrooms. Here is what the brochures won't tell you about the most controversial ship at sea. To understand the vibe, you have to look at the history. When Virgin launched in 2021, they didn't just want to be different, they wanted to be shocking. The net on the balcony wasn't just for reading a book. The cabins originally came equipped with intimacy kits. Yes, that means exactly what you think it means. They had a show called Never Sleep Alone. It involved audience participation that crossed the line for many cruisers. It was wild, it was risky, and honestly, it was too much. Virgin has since dialed it back. The sex kits are gone. The Never Sleep Alone show was canceled. They realized that the sex cruise reputation was scaring away normal travelers, but they didn't scrub everything. If you walk down the hallways of the Valiant Lady today, you will see it. Pineapples on the doors. Sometimes they are stickers. Sometimes they are magnets. In the cruising world, an upside-down pineapple is a secret code. It signals swingers. On a normal cruise line like Royal Caribbean, you might see one or two. On Virgin, you will see dozens. Our investigation confirms it. The swingers are there. But here is the truth the rumors don't mention. They are not intrusive. It is all very low-key. If you are looking for that lifestyle, you will find it. If you aren't, you probably won't even notice. Unless you know what the pineapple means. Now, let's talk about the actual best-kept secret of this ship. It's not the sex. It's the solo experience. On most cruise lines, if you travel alone, you are a ghost. You eat alone. You pay double. Virgin does the exact opposite. They are the only major line that actively targets the solo traveler. They have dedicated solo meetups led by the Happenings cast. These aren't awkward gatherings in a basement conference room. They are hosted cocktail hours designed to break the ice instantly. If you are single or just traveling without your partner, this is the S-tier choice. You won't feel like a third wheel. You will feel like the main character. But it is not all parties and pineapples. There is a major design flaw you need to know about. Virgin ships are designed for the vibe. They are designed for the outdoor pool deck and the beach club in Bimini. But when the weather turns bad, the vibe dies. We reviewed reports from storm days on board. When the rain hits, the pool deck empties instantly. And unlike a mega ship like Carnival or Royal, there are no go-karts. There is no massive indoor promenade or mall. You are stuck inside with 2,500 other adults. The energy shifts from party to crowded waiting room very fast. If you book this cruise, you are betting on the sun. If you lose that bet, you better hope you like your cabin. So, is Virgin Voyages actually a sex cruise? Not anymore. Today, it is a party cruise for adults who hate traditional cruising. If you are offended by a Lick Me Till Ice Cream sign, stay away. If you are scared of a pineapple on a door, book Princess. But if you want a vacation where you are treated like an adult, not a child, and you want the best food at sea, then Virgin is the king. Just check the weather forecast before you go. I'm Adam from Cruise Like a Pro. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the truth the other channels are too scared to tell you. See you on the next one. You are sitting at your computer right now, credit card in hand, staring at a booking screen for 2026, and you are about to make a $4,000 mistake. You think booking the most popular cruise line is the safe bet? You think because you saw a commercial during the Super Bowl, that ship is going to be amazing? Wrong. The cruise industry has changed completely in the last 18 months. Prices are up 40% across the board. Staffing shortages are hitting the budget lines hard. And the perks you used to get for free? They are disappearing faster than the rum in your punch. The king of cruising might actually be the worst value at sea right now. And the lines you used to make fun of? They might be the only ones actually respecting your wallet. Today, I am not just giving you a list. I am ranking every major cruise line based on the harsh reality of 2026. Let's start at the bottom. The F tier. These are the lines I call the honeypots. They lure you in with a sticker price that looks too good to be true. You see a 7-night Caribbean sailing for $399. You think, how can I lose? Here is how you lose. Now, MSC has some of the most beautiful hardware at sea. Their ships are stunning. Swarovski crystal staircases, massive promenades. But pretty ships don't fix bad systems. In 2026, MSC is the definition of inconsistent. One week the food is decent. The next week, it's cold, bland, and inedible. One week the service is fine. The next week, you are waiting 45 minutes for a glass of water because they are chronically understaffed. And the cheap price? It's a myth. By the time you pay for the Wi-Fi that actually works, the drink package, because water isn't always free at dinner, and the daily gratuities, that $399 cruise is now $1,200. And you're spending your vacation fighting with guest services because your key card doesn't work. Unless you are booking their yacht club, which is expensive, the main MSC experience is a gamble I am not willing to take in 2026. If you are an American cruiser, Costa is likely a hard pass. It's a very specific European product. Smoking is more prevalent. The announcements are in 5 languages, so you never get a moment of silence. And the food options for the American palate are limited. Save your money. Avoid the headache. In 2026, F tier means frustration. Moving up to D tier, you can have a good time on these lines, honestly, but you're going to leave the ship feeling like you were shaken upside down for your loose change. I used to love NCL, but lately, they have turned nickel and dimming into like an Olympic sport. They market free at sea. Free drinks, free dining, free excursions. But nothing is free. You pay gratuities on the free drinks. You pay service charges on the free dining. And the free excursion credit is often just $50 off a $200 tour. But you know it gets worse. Want to race on that cool go-kart track? Pay up. Want to play laser tag? Pay up. Want to play mini golf on some ships? That's a charge to the room. Want a Starbucks? It's not included in the drink package. NCL ships are designed like floating shopping malls. There are walls everywhere blocking the ocean view, forcing you into venues where you have to spend money. The Haven, their suite class, is incredible. S tier, no question. But the standard NCL experience in 2026? It's a constant sales pitch. If you hate feeling like a walking ATM, honestly, stay away from the D tier. This is the controversial tier. These are the most popular cruise lines in the world. Millions of people love them. But, popularity does not equal quality. I have a soft spot for Carnival. They know what they are. They are the fun ships. They have the best quick service food at sea. Guy's Burgers, Blue Iguana Tacos, all free. The comedy clubs are great. The vibe is unpretentious. But the crowds. In 2026, Carnival ships are sailing at over 100% capacity. You will wait in line for food. You will wait in line for elevators. You will wait in line to get off the ship. The pool deck is a mosh pit of loud music, hairy chest contests, and chair hogs. If you are a college student, a young family on a budget, or a bachelor party, Carnival is S-tier fun. But if you are looking for relaxation, it's a C-tier nightmare. And here is the one that will make people angry. I am putting the mighty Royal Caribbean in the C tier for value. Yes, Icon of the Seas is an engineering marvel. Yes, the entertainment is Broadway quality. But the pricing model has broken. For 2026, a balcony on a new Royal Caribbean ship can cost $4,000 to $5,000 for a week. For that price, you should be getting luxury. You should be getting caviar and butler service. Instead, you are paying luxury prices for a mass-market experience. You are paying $5,000 to hunt for a plastic table at the Windjammer Buffet. You are paying $5,000 to be told the comedy show is fully booked because you didn't reserve it 3 months ago on the app. The hardware is A tier. The value? It's C tier. You are paying for the marketing hype, not the experience. Now we are getting to the smart money. If you are tired of the noise, the upsells, and the go-karts, you move to these tiers. So people think these are floating nursing homes. Or, it's just for old people. But honestly, that's just wrong. These are for people who know math. Princess has this medallion technology. Food and drinks delivered to you anywhere on the ship. No lines. The Wi-Fi? It's actually some of the best at sea. Now, Holland America? They've got the best live music, period. B.B. King's Blues Club, Rolling Stone Rock Room. The ships are traditional, sure. No water slides, no surf simulators, just great food, calm decks, and itineraries that actually go to cool places. So if you want to see Alaska or Europe in 2026, these are your safe harbors. This is the sweet spot, specifically the Edge-class ships. Celebrity sits right between mass market and luxury. You pay a little more than Carnival, but you get a massive upgrade in lifestyle. There's the martini bar culture, the rooftop garden. The main dining room food is actually edible, sometimes even great. The service feels personalized. They aren't trying to sell you a scratch-off ticket every 5 minutes. It feels like a boutique hotel that happens to float. For couples, honeymooners, or friend groups who want to drink nice wine and eat good steak without a mascot dancing in their face. Celebrity is the A-tier choice. We have arrived at the top, the S-tier, the approved stamp. To be S-tier in 2026, a cruise line has to respect your time and respect your money. There is only one line doing this perfectly right now. Virgin Voyages. I know what you're thinking. But it's expensive. But it's too weird. Listen to me. Do the math. When you book a Royal Caribbean cruise, the fare is just the down payment. You add the drink package, $80 a day. You add the Wi-Fi, $20 a day. You add the gratuities, $18 a day. You pay cover charges for the steakhouse, $60. On Virgin, it is all included, no gratuities. That saves you $300 a couple right there. No Wi-Fi fees. Essential drinks, soda, sparkling water, drip coffee, are free. And the food? There is no buffet. There is no main dining hall. Every restaurant is a specialty restaurant, and they are all included in the fare. The Korean BBQ, the upscale Mexican, the experimental kitchen. You eat like a king, and you never swipe your card. And the biggest value add of all? No kids. 18 plus. The pool deck is chill. The parties are actual parties, not middle school dances. The vibe is sophisticated, sexy, and relaxed. When you compare the final receipt, what you actually spend at the end of the week, Virgin often comes out cheaper than the big mega ships. Best food, best value, best vibe. In 2026, Virgin Voyages is the undisputed king of the tier list. So there you have it. The hierarchy of cruising has shifted. The days of blind loyalty are over. If you keep booking the same line because that's what we've always done, you are losing money. Don't book 2026 based on the shiny brochure. Book based on the bottom line. If you want the party and don't mind the crowd, Carnival. If you have an unlimited budget and want the biggest ship in the world, Royal. But if you want the best vacation for your hard-earned dollar, look at Celebrity. Look at Virgin. Avoid the F-tier traps. Don't get squeezed by the D-tier fees. And make 2026 your best year of travel yet. Thanks for watching. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one where I expose the cabin upgrades that are actually scams. And as always, cruise like a pro.
You made it through check-in. The ship is waiting. Your vacation is about to begin. Until security pulls you aside, and everything unravels. Cruise lines have quietly banned new items in 2025. And breaking the rules? That can get you disembarked fast. No warnings, no refunds, no cruise. These aren't just rumors. They're real rules that real travelers are already getting burned by. Here are the banned items you need to know before it's too late. You probably packed it for a little relaxation, your favorite ocean playlist, or that white noise machine that helps you fall asleep. But guess what? It's banned. Carnival Cruise Line has now fully prohibited Bluetooth speakers, even inside your own cabin. Why? They say it's to make sure you can hear emergency announcements. But let's be honest, it's also to stop people from turning the pool deck into Coachella. Same goes for Bluetooth white noise machines. Even if you plan to keep it low, security still sees it as a risk. So what's allowed? Earbuds, headphones, and maybe a soft hum from the air conditioning if you're lucky. Otherwise, your speaker might be spending the cruise in the naughty room, and you'll be relaxing to the sweet sound of nothing. Think you can outsmart cruise Wi-Fi prices with your own satellite dish? Think again. Cruise lines have officially banned personal Starlink systems, along with any hotspot devices that split your connection. Yep, even if it's just for your family. Some passengers tried bringing tech that shares one Wi-Fi plan across multiple devices. The cruise lines? Not amused. They now scan for rogue networks, and if they catch one, your gear gets confiscated. And no, you don't get it back until the cruise is over, if you're lucky. So unless you want to be flagged before you even unpack, ditch the hotspot hacks. Because in 2025, the only satellite you're connecting to is the one charging $30 a day. Remember when walkie-talkies were the smart way to keep tabs on your travel group? Cruise lines like Royal Caribbean and Norwegian are banning them, along with wireless baby monitors. Why? They mess with the ship's emergency communication systems. Yes, really. Even the low-power models can interfere with radio frequencies, and that's a big deal when you're floating in the middle of the ocean. So don't count on security making exceptions. Many ships are done with the gray areas. They're banning these devices completely. Got kids on board? Stick to the cruise line's app to stay in touch. Or go old school and knock on the door. Because the only static you want on your cruise is from the sea breeze, not your two-way radio. Think you've outsmarted the drink package by sneaking on a box of wine? Cruise lines are cracking down hard, and boxed wine is at the top of the nope list. Why? Because it's harder to inspect, easier to tamper with, and harder to control once opened. Even if you're just trying to sip Cabernet on your balcony, that box could get flagged at security. Most lines still let you bring one standard bottle of wine per adult. But show up with a box, and it'll either be confiscated or held until disembarkation, if you're lucky. And don't even think about beer, liquor, or hard seltzers. Those are banned outright, so play it safe. Bring one sealed bottle. And yes, double check that your corkscrew isn't on the naughty list too. You decorated your cabin door with a cute little pineapple. Totally innocent, right? Well, not exactly. An upside-down pineapple has become an unofficial signal on cruise ships. And let's just say it doesn't mean tropical vibes. It's become widely known as a swinger symbol. And while that might sound funny, it's caused enough confusion and awkward moments that some cruise lines, like Carnival, have officially banned it. If you're caught displaying one, you could be asked to remove it immediately. And in some cases, you may even be reported to guest services. Even if you didn't know the meaning, it's still best to leave the fruit at home. So unless you're on a cruise where pineapples are part of the theme, stick to seashells and towel animals. Think your little outlet extender is a cruise hack? Not anymore. Cruise lines, especially Royal Caribbean, have quietly banned most multi-plug devices with standard sockets. We're not just talking surge protectors. Even those harmless-looking extenders with 2 extra outlets? Yep, banned. If your charger combines USB and traditional sockets, security might flag it and take it away during boarding. Why? Because these devices can overheat or interfere with the ship's electrical systems, especially on older vessels that weren't designed for modern tech. Here's the kicker. Many cabins still only have 2 outlets total. So what should you pack instead? A USB-only hub, no standard plugins, and make sure it doesn't have surge protection. Trust me, it's better than finding your extension cord in the naughty room lost and found. Thinking of capturing that epic sail-away shot with your drone? Think again. Cruise lines have cracked down hard on drones. Not just flying them, but even bringing them on board. Carnival and Norwegian won't let you bring one at all. Others might let you pack it, but you'll need to check it with security and never fly it on board. And in port, you better check local laws, because flying a drone in the wrong country can actually get you arrested. Yep, One guy did it and ended up facing charges. So unless you're on a drone-permitted excursion, just don't bother. Stick to your phone or a GoPro. They're lighter, safer, and way less likely to land you in cruise ship jail. You packed your favorite pink flamingo float. You imagine drifting peacefully in the cruise ship pool. But there's just one problem. Cruise pools are strict no-float zones. That means no pool noodles, no inflatable donuts, and definitely no giant unicorns. Why? Safety. With limited pool space and no lifeguards, floats become a serious hazard, even for kids. Pool staff won't hesitate to shut it down. They'll confiscate floaties faster than you can say Marco Polo. What's allowed? Life vests, and most ships offer them for free. So save the inflatable menagerie for your backyard pool, unless you want to see it deflate along with your cruise dreams. You step off the ship, ready to hit that postcard-perfect beach. Towel? Check. Flip-flops? Check. Sunscreen? Uh-oh. Because if your sunscreen isn't reef-safe, you could actually be fined, blocked from the beach, or even kicked off an excursion. Ports like Hawaii, the US Virgin Islands, and parts of Mexico have banned sunscreens with harmful chemicals that damage coral reefs and marine life. And no, your cruise line probably won't warn you. They don't enforce it on board. But local authorities do. Avoid the headache, avoid the guilt trip, pack reef-safe sunscreen from the start. It protects your skin and the ocean you came to enjoy. A little poker with friends sounds harmless, right? Especially when the ship's rocking and you've got hours to kill. But if there's real money on the table and you're not inside the casino, you've just broken a major cruise rule. Cruise lines have strict policies against gambling for cash in public spaces like lounges, buffets, or pool decks. Why? To comply with international gambling laws and to avoid any onboard drama that comes with money disputes. Even a casual bet can get flagged by crew. And yes, they do monitor these things. So if you're feeling lucky, keep the stakes friendly. Or better yet, take it to the casino, where the chairs are comfier and no one's getting written up. This last one is already throwing a wrench into people's cruise plans. Some UK-based cruise lines are now saying, no wheelchair, no boarding, unless you booked the right cabin. Yep. Passengers who bring a wheelchair but didn't reserve an accessible cabin are being denied boarding, even if the chair is foldable. The cruise lines say it's about safety protocols. They need to ensure staff can assist during emergencies. But for many travelers, it feels more like a last-minute curveball. Imagine showing up for your long-awaited cruise and being turned away at the terminal because of your mobility aid. It's already happening. So if you, or a loved one, uses a wheelchair, double-check the fine print and call the cruise line directly. Better to be safe than stuck at the dock with a fully packed suitcase. Cruising should be smooth sailing, but just one overlooked item could turn your vacation upside down. These bans aren't just fine print. They're the difference between boarding with confidence or being called to the dreaded security desk. So before you zip up your suitcase, take 5 minutes to double-check your packing list. Because the rules have changed, and cruise lines aren't playing around. If this video helped you avoid a costly mistake, a quick like lets us know we're doing something right. And if you've ever had something confiscated, or dodged a packing disaster, drop your story in the comments below. Cruise smart, cruise safe, and we'll see you back here with more tips real soon.